Good evening and welcome to the historic Watertown Civic Arena, the legendary home of the Watertown Arrows. You're watching Arrow TV, the best high school sports broadcast, produced and brought to you entirely by Watertown High School students and community members. I am Cam Corey. I've got the pink tie on this week, and we've got Samantha Toering here. It is Dig Pink Night here at the Civic Arena, and we are not Tyson or Sam. We are Cam and Sam.
Yeah, that
right?
is us.
Yeah,
that is
all right.
us.
Close.
Yes,
they had
close.
one name right. Yeah, well, we are live for Dig Pink Night here in the Watertown Civic Arena, and both Sam and I, we're just thrilled to be with you here this evening as we see the Watertown Arrows rated number 4 in the state, but number 7 in the South Dakota PowerPoint poll versus the Mitchell Kernells, who are just red hot right now, and they are actually one place ahead of the Arrows in the PowerPoints in that number 6 spot, Sam. We've got a good one here tonight. This has got a just a match of storylines here. 2 top programs in AA volleyball. 2 veteran coaches in Deb Thill from the Mitchell Kernells and Rosemary Bellum from the Watertown Arrows. Rosemary Bellum in her 8th year at the helm for Watertown, and she comes in with a 183-77 record. Tonight contest, Watertown enters with a 12-7 record on the year, and they, you know, as I mentioned, currently in 7th, and then you have Mitchell, who come in with a fantastic record at 12-4. I was talking to the officials here this evening before this match down on the floor, and they talked about, hey, this could be a heavyweight fight, and they're kind of expecting a 5-setter between these 2 teams. So both of them traveled up north from the Sioux Falls area and are officiating here. So they are hoping they traveled up I-29 to watch a good one. Watertown is coming off a really tough 3-0 loss to the number 5 ranked Sioux Falls Lincoln Patriots just this past Tuesday. And that is a match that snapped the Arrows' 4-game winning streak. In that match, the Arrows, they simply struggled all the way around to find rhythm against a really physical Sioux Falls Lincoln front row. And in the back row for the Arrows in that passing area, they just couldn't find their footing to get the passing game going. As I mentioned, the Kernells here tonight, they are red hot. They have won 6 straight matches, including a comeback win, a 3-2 comeback win over Sioux Falls Jefferson earlier this week. The Kernells, they trailed 2-1 in that match, and they battled all the way back to win in 5 sets. And really, that has been the Kernells' statement win for Deb Thill's squad here in this 2025 season. These 2 teams, they know each other well. They're both ESD conference foes. Watertown has really dominated the matchup between Mitchell and Watertown here. As of recently, they have gone 8-2, 8 wins, 2 losses against the Kernells over the past few seasons. The last time these 2 ball clubs met, the Watertown Arrows completed a 3-0 sweep, and that was in September of 2024. But here's the twist. Mitchell's offense is much more dynamic this year. They have added some really strong arms in Audrey Miller and Nia Talley. Both, you know, are just, they can hit the ball well. They see the court well. And then they have a steady back row anchored by Kenna Sulik and Cassidy Korzen. And so Watertown cannot overlook this team. These are 2 teams that are fighting for postseason positioning, And tonight is a good test, a good matchup for both of these teams to see just where they are going to fall in that top, 5, 6 placings in the Sodak 16 race. For the Arrows, it really all starts with their setter of Kinsey Russell. She runs the show, she's the quarterback, and she leads the team with 500 assists on the season. As we say, she's the engine behind that Watertown offense. She's able to set the ball with different tempo. She makes some pretty good decisions from the net and just sets the tone for the Watertown Arrows. The attack is led by senior outside hitter Anna Hertz. She has 148 kills on the year. And then we've got junior Kerrigan Klatt in the early part of the season. I think the last time you were with us here on Aero TV, Sam, Kerrigan was playing the middle hitter, and now playing the outside hitter for the Arrows. And have you had a chance to talk with her at all about that transition from the middle to the outside?
Not as much, but I do know at the beginning of the season, that's kind of what she was wanting to do, was to hop out on the outside because she knows she can bring the ball down out there. I mean, at the middle, she could do the same thing, but I think bringing her out on the outside gives her a little bit more versatility to bring the ball in different parts of the court that she was unable to do at the middle.
Yeah, and she's played a nice game on that outside. That has made some transition or some changes for the Arrows since the last time we were here. We've seen Siri Bach move from the right side into the middle, and she is teaming up with Reese Munger out of the middle. And then the right sides, it's kind of by committee right now, but with Torrance Tipton and Callie Ellis. And the other outside hitter of Ellie Thury has been moved to a defensive specialist position. We've seen Hensley Hogue coming in just as that service specialist as well, and just a fantastic serve for her. One of the things we see with Kerrigan is she has 130 kills on the year and coming out of that middle and now transitioning to that outside. And she's still hitting at a .353 hitting percentage. She was, around that 450 at that middle position. Moving her to the outside, she's going to get set up more, and that has brought down that hitting percentage a bit. But I think any coach is going to be happy with a, .353 hitting percentage.
Absolutely.
In the back row, keep your eye on Andy Olson. She is one of the better defensive specialists in the ESD conference. She has over 240 digs on the year and leads the team in serve, receive, receptions. And when she is on, you can expect a lot of 2.5, 3.5, or 3 type passes for the setter. And Kinsey Russell likes to be able to set a pass that Olson is giving her, especially when Olson is on. For the Kernells, they run the offense through their senior setter of Addie Simpson. She has 397 assists this season, and she really keeps everybody involved in their offense, and she makes some really good reads for herself along the net. Senior hitter Audrey Miller, we talked about her. She's really Mitchell's go-to, and she has 144 kills on the year. And their middle, Kenzie Hetland, she's been anchoring their blocking presence with 55 blocks in this season. The Arrows can't overlook London Hajik and Cassidy Corzin. That duel just was huge over their win this past week over Jefferson. Hajik recorded a career high of 14 digs, and Corzin, she was near double-digit in digs as well with 2 aces. And aces have been the key for the Mitchell Kernells. They have been serving and serving really, really well. In fact, they had 13 aces in their last match, which is really unheard of at the AA level. And I think it's in their last 9 matches, they are averaging over 5 aces per match. And is that something you'd like as a
yeah,
coach?
I think that'd be just fine.
You'd be okay with that?
Absolutely.
Keys for tonight's match between the Watertown Arrows and the Mitchell Kernells. The Arrows have to control first ball contact. That serve receive needs to be in play and to keep Russell in system and allow those quick tempo sets to the pins for the Arrows. That'll keep the blockers unable to, react quickly and hopefully set up those one-and-one opportunities with the pins for the Watertown Arrows. Front row defense is going to be a big part of this game, we think, and the Arrows need to limit the middle swings from Hetland, and which Seamson likes to set up those quick tempo type of hits to Hetland. So the front row defense for the Watertown Arrows looking to be strong and be ready for that here this evening. And then, the Arrows just need to stay composed. After that loss to Lincoln, it's about emotional control and trusting each other and the process that got them there. And sometimes the dog days of the season, they've been practicing every day together, and chemistry, trust, teamwork is something that the Arrows need to show here tonight. Stay composed, trust each other, and play their game. Keys for Mitchell, serve pressure. Their service game is phenomenal. As I mentioned, 5+ aces in 9 straight matches. That's going to be a key here to watch here tonight. Keeping Watertown out of system is a must for them. They'll look to transition blocking and try and slow down Klatt and Hertz, the 2 big hitters for the Arrows on the outside position. And, don't allow the easy points from those outside positions of Klatt and Hertz, and then have consistency with energy. I think that's the third key for Watertown, or for the Kernells, is this is a very large place. Let's turn it over down to the floor. It is Dig Pink night, and for our presentation.
Jocelyn Zinfried was diagnosed October 24, 2024 with invasive ductal carcinoma, HER2 positive stage 2B. She has gone through 6 rounds of chemo and a double mastectomy with reconstruction, and now 14 more infusions of a drug for HER2 positive and chemo. She has 5 more rounds left of her treatment. Her husband is Jared, and they have been married for 16 years. She has 3 kids, her daughter Jessalyn, a sophomore at Watertown High School, JD, a 7th grader at Watertown Middle School, and Jack, a kindergartner at Ave Maria Catholic School. Jocelyn, your strength is inspiring. Thank you for being a light to your family and all the people around you. Kalita is a 2-time breast cancer survivor whose strength and
And welcome to the Watertown Civic Arena for tonight's EST volleyball matchup between the Mitchell Kernells and your Watertown Arrows. This contest is being conducted under the guidance and regulation of the South Dakota High School Activities Association for the enjoyment and educational benefit of high school students. Officials for today are Greg Thompson and Kim Wee. Line judges are Bobby Jo Superior and Deanna Hickle. We ask, these officials are registered with the South Dakota High School Activities Association and have dedicated themselves to learning the rules of the game, applying them fairly to ensure a positive experience for athletes, coaches, and fans. We ask that you show respect for their efforts and recognize the vital role they play in providing opportunities for our student athletes. Without them, these contests would not be possible. At this time, we ask you to remain standing and join us in honoring America with the playing of our national anthem. Please show proper respect to the flag by removing your cap or hat. Stand at attention with your right hand over your heart. Veterans and active duty personnel not in uniform may salute the flag. And now let's meet tonight's starting lineups. First for the visiting Mitchell Kernells. Number 4 is the sophomore defensive specialist, London Hayek. Number 6 is a 8th grade outside hitter, Nia Talley. Number 7, a senior outside hitter, Audrey Miller. Number 8 is a senior middle hitter, Campbell Weedy. Number 9 is a junior middle hitter, Kenzie Hetland. And number 15, the setter and a senior, Addie Simpson. The libero, number 2, a senior, Kenna Sullick. Assistant coaches, Christina Simpson, Katrina Talley, Amy Uher, Kay Way. Head coach of the Kernells, Deb Thill. And now your Watertown Arrows. Number 2, junior defensive specialist, Jordan Remmers. Number 3 is a senior outside hitter, Anna Hertz. Number 8 is a senior middle hitter, Siri Bach. Number 10, a junior middle hitter, Reese Munger. Number 11 is a senior defensive specialist, Ellie Thury. The setter, number 12, and a senior, Kinsey Russell. And the arrow libero, number 24, a junior, Andy Olson. Assistant coaches, Kelly Ketway, Erica Paulson, Katie Strandy, Kelly McCarty. Head coach of the Arrows, Rosemary Bellum. And now let's have some big time digs, sets, and kills.
And welcome back to the booth. Cam Corey and Sam Towring here with you for this action-packed event between the seeded number 6 Mitchell Kernells and the number 7 Watertown Arrows. What do you expect here tonight, Sam?
I'm expecting a good game. I mean, I haven't kept up with either of these teams much throughout the season, being in the B class here in South Dakota, so I kind of watch those games a little bit more. But I'm excited to see the changes that the Arrows have made since the last time I watched them, and kind of to see what Mitchell's bringing to the table tonight.
Very good, and I think I have watched Mitchell a couple of times this year, and but don't follow them obviously like I do the Watertown Arrows.
Mm-hmm.
Watertown Arrows have made some big transitions since the last time you saw them, but
Yep.
what hasn't changed is the firepower for the Watertown Arrows that they have on their front row, which is when they get going, they're exciting to watch. And we will see the Mitchell Kernells will start off with the serve.
Net. Outside hitter there.
And a hitting error by the senior of Audrey Miller. Audrey Miller is a 6-foot senior for the Kernells. And that will send Kinsey Russell back to the service line. Ace for Kinsey Russell. Kinsey Russell, that is going to be her 26th ace on the year. She does lead all Arrow players in that ace category. Second one's up, and the line judge did see that. She was on the line. So towed the line and called for it, does Bobby Joe Superior, our line judge here in front of the Arrow bench to start off set number 1. So that will be a missed serve in the books, sending the libero back for the Kernells. And she follows suit with a missed serve is Kenna Sulik, another senior. She stands at 5'4". She's a DS. Reese Munger to serve. Now slide attack. Dug out by Ellie Thury. Thury unable to get that into a usable type of set, and Torrance Tipton unable to control that for an error, putting that into the net. Point to the Kernells. A lefty. Puts that across. There we see a quick tempo to the middle, and Anna Hertz is there after the block of Tipton's attack, but unable to keep that playable. Point does go to the Kernells of Mitchell. Seamson remains at the service line. Bach with the swing, miss hit. And that is going to be out. I thought maybe it went off the hand of one of the Kernells. No one calls that, so it did go out. Point to the Kernells. Seamson, a lefty, which is very valuable for a team to have a lefty setter. As we see, Audrey Miller puts that away, the 6-footer. She's got 144 kills on the year. She is the Kernells' primary attacker. That'll keep Seamson at the service line. Mitchell up 5-3. Thury with a good pass. Hertz now looks and roll shots that right into the donut. And this is something new that you'll see as well. So Hertz, when you were back here, was playing that 6th rotation, as was Ellie Thury. Now Hertz rotates out, and we will see the service specialist of Hensley Hogue come in for the Arrows. A good pass. I'm going to go to the outside. And a little bit of Kerrigan Klatt-esque there, hanging in the air. Unable to get that to drop is Campbell Weedy. She is a 5'10" middle hitter. Ace for Hensley Hogue.
That was actually a free ball landed in the net there. Mitchell point.
Oh.
Came right back up to the net there.
So I missed that? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, just
I'm wearing my glasses even,
okay.
and I missed it.
I have some cleaner at my house just down the block.
Okay, I might need that. And there we see Klatt with the attack, dug out in the back row, goes to the outside, tries to go line, and a miss hit for Nia Talley, the 8th grader. She is only an 8th grader playing varsity for the Kernells. Stands at 5'8". Got 108 kills on the year. She is 3rd in that kill category for the Kernells, and there she goes line, dug out by Hogue. Kerrigan
Big swing.
puts the ball away. Kerrigan Klatt's on the board. And that is a sample of the firepower that the Watertown Arrows have. You can see that there is, was looking for Jordan Remmers to come in, and there is going to be an out of rotation call. And you can see Coach Bellum trying to get Jordan Remmers to come in, and there was some sort of miscommunication or out of system. Weedy down there at the ref 2 position, sorting this all out. As we saw earlier tonight, Jordan Remmers and Reese Munger. It is Dig Pink Night, and they presented and recognized Jocelyn Zimprick and Coletta Remmers. Coletta Remmers, the mother of Ryan Remmers, our director and the all-knowing of Arrow TV, and the grandmother of number 2, Jordan Remmers, who we are seeing come into the court right there. So real nice recognition. Unfortunately, they had to be recognized here tonight, but the strength of those 2 ladies, and I'm wearing a pink tie here tonight, and as I was walking up the stairs, Coletta Remmers met with me and says, "Oh, you're wearing a pink tie," and I said, we're wearing it for you." And it's just a special night. A couple of years ago, the Watertown Arrows recognized one of the assistant coaches, and Erica Paulson, and she is since recovered, and we're thankful for that. We see that hang time, and that drops down and out as Klatt tries to go with that Heine tip. Goes out. Hayek will come in to serve for the Kernells. Kernells up 8-7 in set number 1.
Service error there.
That was a service error. See, every time I look down, I'm getting lost with my glasses now. So I'm a new wearer of glasses. I'm still getting used to them.
It does take a while to get used to.
I guess time has come, right?
Yeah. Comes with old age, huh?
Oh, thanks. I appreciate that. Middle attack, and it is dug out by the tandem of Munger and Russell. Gives back free ball to the Kernells, and that's the benefit that I was talking about of having a left-handed setter. The Arrows expecting the setter to go up to set. Instead, she goes with that left hand and puts that setter attack on, or the dump as some call it. Down for a point. Mitchell up 9-8 as they have a service error.
I think that has to be the 4th or 5th service error. 4th service error there for Mitchell in this first set.
Well, they are known for their aggressive serving, and we talked about what they have 13 in their match against Jefferson, and
usually average 5, right?
Yes, they've been averaging 5, but tonight they haven't been on that success end of that serve. Solik with the serve, hard serve to Thury. Thury digs that out. The Arrows are going to be out of system. Andy Olson down balls it, sets to the middle, And just the timing off between her and Kenzie Hetland. Again, like what I'm seeing here tonight by Addie Simpson. She is the floor general, goes up and able to have good decision making from that setter position as they get a kill. That will send Simpson back to serve. Second time serving for her in this match. Tipton saw where she wanted to go, just pushed that a little too wide. Point to Mitchell. Bach with the swing and attacks that into the net. Coach Bellum calls timeout. We'll take it as well. We'll be back. It is 13-10, set number 1. We're at the Watertown Civic Arena. And we're live here at the Watertown Civic Arena. Cam Corey wearing the pink tie here tonight for Dig Pink. Sam Toering wearing pink.
Elite Alliance national team.
Which, yeah. So which some of these players played for you down in Florida in their club season. So it's kind of fun to have the opportunity to see them again and see the hard work that they put in the off season, and this is why they work so hard in the off season here in the Watertown area, to come back into their high school years and play at a high level. Curry to Russell. Russell gives it to the middle. Tipton is dug out by Simpson. Gonna go to the outside where Hertz is at. Hertz is blocked. It is dug out by Olson. Now Simpson going to go to the right side where another left-hander puts a good attack on it. Good dig in that right side by the Arrows. And this time she hits it wide left. And that is Charlie Collins, a 5'10" junior right side. So having two left-handers over on that side is just, that is a luxury that not a lot of high school teams have. And Coach Deb Thill is able to utilize them. And we see the second ace for Hensley Hogue, and she paints that back corner of zone number 5 for an ace. Thought maybe that was going out. Andy Olson did get that up, but the Arrows have to free ball that over. Simpson sets up the attack. Dug out by Hogue. Now to Russell. Russell goes to that right side. Torrance Tipton terminates the ball. That is Tipton's third kill here on set number 1. Good ball control by Bach, and Kernells might have saved the Arrows there. Point to Watertown. Yeah, hustle came into play. Both teams, I think, played a ball that was going out. Yep. So they ended up playing it out. That'll keep the service specialist of Hogue back at the service line. Out of system will put Olson to Platt, and we're going to see number 5 for the Kernells. Number 5 is Charlie Collins, called in to the net. Point will go to the Arrows. Arrows now take a 2-point lead in set number 1 with Hogue at that service line. Sets it to the outside, and just a miss hit by Kerrigan-Klatt. That will send Cassidy Korzen back to serve for the Kernells. Korzen has 23 aces on the year. Looking for number 24, but not going to happen. Going to Olsen that time. And there we see Bach with the kill. Siri Bach moving to that middle, and she has been playing. She's really kind of been that X factor in this middle half or middle third of the season, just playing phenomenal and positive body language, just enjoying the game of volleyball and just playing at a high level. She's been a lot of fun to watch here in this middle part of the season. The 8th grader of Tally gets the kill. That is her first kill on the night. Hogue unable to control that one, and it goes out. That'll be an ace for Weedy. It's going to be her 18th ace on the year.
Mitchell's first ace of the night.
Interesting statistic there as we see Siri Bach flying high and getting the kill. She's going to check out. That'll bring back in Reese Munger, the middle blocker. And Reese has had episodes this year where she's absolutely owned the net and created a lot of fits for the opposition in her blocking. She'll look to do that again. There, she was in the right spot for that. It looked like maybe it just, you know, hit the seam, maybe went between her hands. Not exactly sure, but Munger right there for the block, reading it well. As we see Mitchell goes back to the serve. They are right now targeting, it appears, Hensley Hogue. Goes to the middle, good block by Munger and Klatt, and that's what we talk about. Reese Munger is that block specialist for the Watertown Arrows, and she rejects that one for the point. That'll bring back in Anna Hertz and the senior of Ellie Thury. Ellie Thury, a senior, back to serve. She has 21 aces on the year. We'll go to our right attack where Tally's at. It is dug back out. Goes to her again. She roll shots that over. Now the setter's out. Andy Olsen has to take it. Hertz with the swing. Hertz. And they're going to say that was blocked down. 18-18. Munger tried to just tip that over the blockers. She was just a little bit late getting there and didn't have the elevation. Tried to tip that over the blockers. Right idea in that situation, but unable to execute that one. Point to the Kernells. Watertown is going to be out of rotation. Two-hand push over. Seamson's going to set this up into that, 33 zone. And a kill for the Kernells and Audrey Miller. Audrey Miller now leading the Kernells with 4 kills in this evening. Good serve by the Kernells. Hertz swings and hits that into the net. We're going to see a timeout. The Arrows were up 2, and right now Mitchell on a 5-0 run to take the lead, 21-18 in set number 1. We'll be back. And welcome back inside of the Watertown Civic Arena. Good timeout by Coach Bellum. They earn the side out on the missed serve by Nia Talley. That will send Kinsey Russell to the back row to serve. That will put 3 attackers now at the front row for the Watertown Arrows. They go to the outside. It is touched. Dug out by Olsen. Tipton kind of down balls that over. Good ball control there by Russell, and now Hertz is going to roll shot it over. Dug up by Russell. And we're going to see a point, and they're going to say illegal back row attack is the call. Russell, two-hand pushes that over. Seamson goes to the outside. Dug up by Russell. So the Kernells doing a really, really good job as we see Tipton put that down to the floor. But the Kernells doing a really good job of taking the Arrow setter out of the match, causing the Arrows to have Andy Olsen would be their second setter, that their second ball contact, and she's having to set the hitters. As we see an ace by Reese Munger. Reese Munger gets her team to within 1. Reese Munger has now 19 aces on the year. And the Mitchell Kernells and Coach Thill calls a timeout. We'll take it as well, and we'll be back for the conclusion of set number 1. Munger at the service line. This is set number 1. Dug up, Seamson. Good pass, going to go with the slide, and that does hit the antenna. Really tough play. Seamson was had to thread the needle to get that on that slide because she was so close to that right side, not giving a lot of room.
Very, very high set over there, too.
This will give a down ball to the Arrows, see if they can do something with it. Seamson attacks, and it drops down in that back line. Seamson back to serve for the Kernells. Kernells up 23-22, set number 1 on Dig Pink Night here in the Watertown Civic Arena. Overpass and put it away. So good vision and skill there by Campbell. Weedy, the senior middle hitter, seeing the court, knowing what to do with it, and just going to her left and down for a kill. Bach swings, she's blocked. It is dug back out. Bach tries to go over into the sharp corner, and the Mitchell Kernells take set number 1, 25-22. Hold on tight, settle in. This is a big game for both of these teams. We'll be back for set number 2. And welcome back to the Watertown Civic Arena as the Mitchell Kernells take set number 1, 25-22 over the Watertown Arrows. As we see some first half highlights with Siri Bach hitting it out there. Not so much of a highlight for the Arrows, but good decision for the Kernells. And there's another one, Tally. We've got the highlights of just missing, but really trying to do some advanced opportunities here. Right there, we see another one where these teams are just trying to go with that line and just missing, as we see both of these teams doing such. And, you know, these two teams are high-quality teams. Both of these teams want this win. It is going to set the stage for really where they belong in the conversation of the state's AA class. As we see Callie Ellis, and this is a normal rotation for the Arrows. Callie Ellis will now play right side for Torrance Tipton, and those two play that right side by committee. The Arrows are deep at those pin positions. And they're going to have a conversation, and they're going to say replay. And you could see that Coach Thill is not going to be happy with this, because the point would be going to the Kernells. And Seamson's going to come over and have that conversation with the up ref, and then Kinsey Russell going to join that conversation. Seamson will go back over and to her position, and we will replay this. So we're gonna start set number 2 all over again. Russell with the serve, and she's gonna get the point. Point to the Watertown Arrows. Kinsey Russell now with 27 aces on the year. Good pass up to Seamson, goes to the outside off the high hands of the Arrows. Russell gonna go to the outside. Hertz is rejected and blocked. That will send the libero for the Kernells in Solik back to serve. Solik, a senior DS or senior libero, and she is gonna get the ace for the Kernells. Russell able to get that out of the net. And you see Seamson on the tight pass at the net, playing that front row. When your setter's right there, she goes up and puts that down onto the court. And you could, you know, the pass right now is the challenge, and that was the challenge for the Arrows in their match against Sioux Falls Lincoln. And there we see a free ball attempt that goes wide left. And right now, Mitchell at 4-1 on the Watertown Arrows. The Arrows need to get in rhythm, and it does start with that pass. Solik goes to Thury. Thury, good pass there. Now gives it to Hertz. Hertz rolls that one over. Hertz puts on a swing. It is rejected by Seamson. Ellis swings, dug out by Seamson there again. So now the Watertown Arrows looking to get in rhythm, put some effort and action on that ball, and there it does go off of the hands of the Colonel Seamson. Hertz will get credited with that kill. Deb Thill doesn't look like she agreed with that call. Tally, Seamson, good swing and blocked by Bach. It's a big swing by Ellis, and Ellis is blocked. Good block out of the middle of the middle hitter of a Weedy. So right now, the Mitchell Kernells playing really well. Good ball control, saved it there by the outside hitter of Miller. Tally just unable to get that over. That point will go to the Watertown Arrows. Coming into this match will be Hensley Hogue and Kerrigan Klatt. Hogue will go back to serve while Klatt will play the outside hitter position. Kill for Audrey Miller. Audrey Miller the leading attacker for the Kernells. Boom goes a dynamite. Siri Bach, she went up and didn't miss that one. Let's fix the floor. That was fantastic. Those are the plays in high school volleyball, and this is a team that absolutely has that capability. They can get that pass, put the tempo down. They have the attackers to do some damage. Exciting stuff right there. Mitchell Kernells up 7-4. Good hit by Klatt. Better blocked by the Kernells. He's alive. Hogue's gonna play that in system. And just out. Klatt just missed it, hit the top of the tape, and I think it was just enough to get it to sail out. So that will be a hitting error for Klatt. Bach with the swing, and she is blocked. Now to Klatt, dug up by the Kernells. Tally swings, she's blocked by Siri Bach. Two just outstanding high quality volleyball there in that rally between both of these teams. In system, good passing, good hitting, good blocking. The Arrows come out with the point in that rally. That'll send Siri Bach back to serve. And Tally goes sharp cross. Kerrigan Klatt was there, and this is something that Kerrigan in her game. I mean, she's played that middle hitter position for, you know, a couple of years. She actually used to be a setter and then transitioned to that middle hitter and now to that outside position. But with the outside position comes that ability to dig that ball and on those and play defense, and that's something that she'll continue to work on in playing that outside position. As we see Ellie Hertz come in, and she will serve, or Ellie Hertz, Ellie Thury come in to serve. Seamson tight set. Anna Hertz is there and makes Seamson pay for that tight set. Mitchell up 9-6. This is set number 2. Two-hand push. Remmers is there. The Arrows gonna free ball this over to the Kernells. Seamson's gonna go with that left hand, and she sees the court really well. She went up as the set, brought Anna Hertz with her onto the net, which left that corner right there in zone number 4 wide open, and she just puts it down and doesn't miss. So good high IQ play for Seamson. And there, You could see that. That was, would like to see a replay if we have that. The line judge called that in, but even from up here, it looked out. You could see the players for Watertown looking up like, that was out. And Mitchell then kind of gets up and says, hey, line judge called it. But the correct call was made right there. And that one is in for Seamson, hitting out of that middle in this rotation, or at that spot. You could feel the intensity by both of these teams. Both of these coaches know that this is an important match as we see the service error. That will send Andy Olson. Gotta say, I like the white and the pink uniforms. I kind of like that. That's, yeah. Bach puts that on that quick set, that one set, maybe to the middle. Six kills for we've got Sam over here talking, but we had her on mute, so I guess I was the only one hearing her on here.
Sorry, guys.
6 kills for Siri Bach.
Make that 7 now after that last one. Big block there.
And that is going to be four touches for the Kernells, point to the Watertown Arrows. Watertown Arrows had kind of dug themselves a hole in the beginning of this set, but they have really dug in deep to claw back into this one and take the lead 12-11. And as we see Miller get the kill, and she will tie this ball game all up at 12 points apiece. We'll send Seamson to the back row, putting 3 attackers at the net for the Kernells. As we see a service error for the Kernells. How many errors is that for the Kernells here tonight, Sam?
7.
7 service errors to how many aces?
2.
2 aces, so not the ratio that I'm sure Coach Bill is looking for. Big hit from that right side by number 5, Charlie Collins, just a junior. You know, as I look at that coaching side for the Kernells, I don't see Amy Uher there on the sideline, or is she? No, she is sitting there, so used to watch her play for the Kernells and then play for Dakota State University. Good to see her back and staying with the game of volleyball. 13-13 in set number 2. Point to the Watertown Arrows. Kerrigan Klatt gets the kill. Klatt now with 3 kills on the evening. Remmers back to serve. Well, somebody was in the net, I think. Russell goes to Klatt. Klatt puts a big swing on. It's dug out by the Kernells. Russell saw that opening, just unable to get over the long arms of Seamson, and that is going to hit the floor for Klatt. Using the block to her advantage, and it drops down to the floor. 15-14 set number 2. The Arrows are down 1 set to nothing here between these two really good AA volleyball teams. Bach had the right idea, just missed it. Wide right. Tried to go inside that line, just hit it and just missed. Just about a collision between Russell and Bach. They both get back up and into defensive position, and that is going to go off of the hands of Bach and out. And you can see Kinsey Russell that's kind of rotating that shoulder, and she has had some soreness in that shoulder in the past. So hopefully, I don't know if she fell on it there or what happened, but hopefully she's okay. Russell with the back set to Siri Bach, and Siri just paints down the line
Big
for a kill.
For her there.
High quality swing and execution there for Siri Bach. Tally with the swing, and that is long. So just sailed on Tally. That'll keep Bach at the service line. Arrows up 17-16, set number 2. Bach committed to Northwestern in the cities to continue her volleyball and academic careers. So congratulations to Siri Bach. Big kill by the 8th grader of Tally. Tally, we're going to see her for a long time yet to come. She's fun to watch playing for the Mitchell Kernells, and Coach Thill has got to be happy seeing the future right there in number 15 for the Kernells. Flat swings, gets her own attack. Point to the Kernells. Weedy gets the block. Russell to Munger, and Munger puts it down for the kill. Munger with her 2nd kill on the evening. Munger also has a block and 1 ace, as well as 2 digs so far in this match. Of course, our statistics up here in the booth are unofficial, as we see Ellie Thury back to serve. Serves that across, good pass up to Seamson. Seamson to Tally. It is dug out by Russell. And Hertz, she is rejected, and that comes right back and hits Andy Olson in the forehead. Coach Bellum checks on her. She's smiling, looking okay, but the velocity that Hertz had on that one came right back, and
that hadn't felt good.
yeah, Olson felt that one, I'm sure. Miller with the point. 19-19. Set number 2, that'll send the 8th grader of Tally back to the service line. Remmers, good pass to Russell. Russell sees the court. Tally lays out and gets that one. Good defensive play by Tally. Now Olson shows a good defensive play. Hertz roll shots that or tips it over. Hertz swings, sends that long. 21-18 to Mitchell. Timeout called by Watertown. They're going to talk about it. Mitchell up 21-18 in set number 2. We'll be back in just a moment. And we are back for the conclusion of set number 2. Mitchell does lead this set, 1-0. Goes to Munger. Munger puts that down right off of the block of the Kernells for a point. And that, it should be an ace. I was going to say, it looks like an ace. Kinsey Russell. It's her third, I believe, here tonight with 28 aces on the year. Seamson goes to the outside. That is a high set, which certainly should allow the defense to set up on that. Point to the Kernells. Solik back to serve for Mitchell. She is the libero. Munger free balls that over to the Kernells. Seamson right there. Gonna go with the slide. It's just rolled over by the Kernells. Now Hurd swings. The cover is by Munger. Munger's able to get there. Back row attack. Knew she couldn't get it behind the line, so good IQ play by Ellie Thury just to get that over. As we see Callie Ellis attacks. And now we're going to see point to Watertown, and they're going to call a back row attack. You can see the coaches coming out for the Kernells. And we have some loudness coming from the stands. We'll talk about it. Conversation with Seamson and the up ref. Seamson is the captain for the Kernells, and Seamson's going to go over and talk with the Kernells, or with their coach. And you can see they're watching it up on, and I think you could see it, that she sat in front of the line, and that's what we're seeing right now on the replay. Is she sat from behind that, or in front of that line, which is the right call if she was in front of the 10-foot line. And there you see Russell going after it. Now, that's an interesting call. Did she, she crossed that line, but did she interfere with the play? And, I guess depends on what league you're at, and you see that in different areas, not called. Point to Siri Bach. This game all
9th kill for Siri Bach tonight.
23-22, down to 1. That'll send Hogue back to serve. Goes to that right side. It is dug out by the Arrows. Gonna go back to Klatt. Klatt swings. Seamson on the dig. Gonna set up the right side again to the left-hander. And that's a huge block by Siri Bach. Not this matchup, 23-23. Coach Thill calls a timeout. These teams all matched up, and you could feel the intensity right now, Sam, in this match.
Yep.
The crowd of Mitchell did not like that call of that back row attack, and what was called there is the libero is unable to set the ball above their head in front of the 10-foot line. That's the rule. And so if she was in front of the 10-foot line, which is the purple line on the court, that is a back row attacker or illegal. And
we just saw Andy Olsen have that in the first set. In the first couple of plays, she had done the exact same thing, and it was called there as well.
Yeah, so that is something that they're watching. here. And in today's modern volleyball, you know, so often you used to see that right side be the second setter or take that second contact if the setter is out. But both of these teams play with their libero as taking the second ball if the setter is taken out of the game due to having that first contact. But that's the rule. We see our right side attack. Andy Olson digs that out. Russell now to the outside. Kerrigan Clack, and it is out. Just long. It just sailed on her. I thought maybe she was going to get that one to drop right inside there. Just misses it. And Siri Bach she knows she missed that one. She tried to place it and pushed it way wide. 25-23, Mitchell takes set number 2. They do lead this match 2-0. The Watertown Arrows have a big hill to climb now, Sam.
Absolutely.
We'll take a break, and we'll be back for set number 3. Watertown Arrows down 2-0. And welcome back to the Watertown Civic Arena. We're inside here. It's a rainy, drizzly day outdoors, but inside it's stifling hot, I would say, up here in the rafters. But we've got a red hot Mitchell Kernel team that is really giving everything that the Watertown Arrows can handle. In fact, they haven't been able to handle it as they are down 2-0. Momentum, you kind of felt, I thought, was shifting towards Watertown in the late second set, and just you know, weren't able to close it out.
No, really got to figure on not hesitating. I feel like that's hurting them a lot. It's just someone just got to go, take control of the ball and be a leader out there. And I mean, Surrey Box, besides that last ball there, she's leading them there with her blocks, her kills. She's trying to get the momentum to build there. And I think that's what she was trying to do with that last ball, put it off a little bit, keep them out of rotation, but just someone pick them up right there.
Yeah, you know, that's a tough one. She obviously pushed it far wide. But you knew what she wanted to do. She wanted to put it in, she was being aggressive.
Yep.
So she's playing. You know, that's what you want them to continue to play
100%.
aggressive. She just missed it.
Yep.
See Tally back to serve. The Arrows, big hill to climb. They are down 2-0. Hertz with the throw attack. It is dug up by the Kernells. She's going to get another opportunity. This time she tips it over. Has to get back on defense. Seamson has kind of created some fits for the Arrows there. The lefty as we see the slide attack of Munger. So Reese Munger gets the first kill in set number 3, and we will see Torrance Tipton come back in for set number 3. Simpson's gonna go to the outside. Miller is there and puts that down to the floor.
Kenna Solik serving for the Kernells.
Good pass by Thury, now to Munger. Munger tries to tip it down. Good dig up by Thury. Gonna go back to Tipton. Tipton now with the two-hand push. Blocked by Munger. Simpson's able to get that out of the net. Free ball to the Arrows. Russell's gonna go with a back set to Tipton. Dug up by Solik. Now over to Hertz. Hertz sees the corner, tries to tip it into it, and tips that one wide. So the accuracy, the location, just off for the Arrows here this evening. And point to the Kernells. I'm not sure what's happening here unless they're not sure of their rotation.
I think that's what's going on.
And they are going to send the libero of Solik back to serve. The Arrows coming off of a 3-0 loss to Sioux Falls Lincoln, and the Kernells coming off of a 3-2 win against Sioux Falls Jefferson. So far tonight, it has been all Mitchell as they lead 2-0. Tipton with the swing and down for the kill.
Reese Munger picks up the kill. Excuse me, Torrance Tipton with the kill.
Swing by Hertz and rejected on that right side by Simpson. Simpson having a really good good match, and Luxury having the left-hander out there, and she's a taller, lankier. They only have her at 5'8". I think she plays taller than 5'8". Bach with the swing and down for the kill.
I honestly think she gets a little excited when she gets that first ball, so she can come right off and hit the ball there for teams that aren't expecting her coming back with that left hand.
Miller is rejected. It's dug out by Talley. Gonna go to Tipton. Tipton swings and puts that down to the court. Doesn't have to be hard. She had good location there. Down for the kill. Torrance Tipton. Tipton is the youngster of this group. Point to Mitchell. Tipton just a sophomore for the Arrows. She stands at 5'11". Playing that right side. There she passes it, tight into the net. Russell's able to dig it out. Simpson over to that right side, dug up by Hogue. Now to Russell. Russell to Klatt, tight set. Good cover by Bach. A lot of experience in playing that. And there your transition, your defense transition for Klatt. You saw her standing straight up, and that ball's coming. She tried to get down, but just on her heels and unable to pick that dig up. And again, that outside position just a little bit different, and it's as much defensive as it is offensive, as we see Siri Bach with the kill. Bach doing everything she can here this evening, putting the arrows on her shoulders. She's got 12 kills and 3 blocks, leading all arrows in both categories here this evening as Jordan Remmers goes back to serve. Back row attack by Hogue and just misses. She tried to down ball it and hits that into the net. Box hitting out of the right side. And Kinsey Russell doing what she, I think, playing really smart right now, going to the hot hand.
Yep, absolutely. Do what works right now.
What works right now needs to be Klatt or Munger, as Siri Bach did rotate out. Tally with the swing, good dig by Hogue in the back row. Now to Klatt. Klatt is dug up in the back row. Good dig. And they're gonna have a center line violation on the arrows, point to, or on the Kernells, point to the arrows, and you don't see the coaches for the Kernells upset, so they must have seen exactly what the down ref saw. As we will see number 4 check back in for the arrows, London Hayek. She is a sophomore DS setter. She will serve for the Kernells. Remmers, good pass to Russell, now to Klatt. Klatt hitting out of the middle and down for the kill. And that could be something right now that they do, is move Klatt, you know, she doesn't have to hit out of that outside position when she's in that outside position. Move her around, get her moving. She's a 350 hitting percentage attacker. And so to get her moving and on that net could be something they want to talk about and do. Seamson's going to go after that one. Andy Olson tries to track that down. She went all the way into that south part of the Civic Arena gym, just unable to get there. Seamson with the kill. Seamson with 19 assists, 6 kills, 4 blocks, and 7 digs, as we see Tally getting an ace. And the bench for the Kernells are diving on the floor after those aces. So the energy, a lot different in the team wearing black than the team wearing pink here right now. We're going to have to see a back row attack. Dug up by Tally. Seamson goes to that 3 zone. Miller dug up by Thury. Thury's going to free ball it over. Now on the slide. Remmers there. Russell down for the kill. So Kinsey Russell playing that 5-1 position, much like Seamson is. The difference is that Russell's not left-handed, and she is several inches shorter. But right there, she instinctively knew exactly where to go with the ball, getting the kill. Mitchell up 10-9. Good dig by Olson. Now to Hertz. Hertz is rejected.
I feel like that coverage has really been hurting them at the end of that second set, leading us into that third set here.
Weedy and Seamson both with 4 blocks. The Kernells have 11 blocks on the night, as we see an ace for the libero for the Kernells. Kenna Solik. 32 aces now on the year for her. So just a fantastic server in her own right. As we see point to the Watertown Arrows. They get that one to drop right down in front of the blocker. Simpson on a back row attack to Tally. Tally attacks it and hits that into the net. That'll keep Munger at the service line. Narrows down 2-0 in this Dig Pink night here in the Watertown Civic Arena. Munger on the serve. Simpson goes to the middle. Good defensive play by Russell. Kurt's gonna try and put it away. It is dug up by Mitchell, and there we see Miller just goes up and her location taps it right in front of Munger for the kill. Mitchell up 13-11. Watertown looking to extend this match and take it to a 4-set. So now we're seeing that service game of the Kernells show up. We didn't see it in the first couple of sets, but this set, they have been serving very effective. Big swing out of the middle is Tipton. And that's the position she's most comfortable in hitting from, and you can see it right there. That'll bring in the service specialist of Hensley Hogue. Tally on the pass. Simpson goes to the right side. Miller is blocked by Bach, and we're seeing Bach back into the match, and she makes her presence known right away. That is out. Mitchell looking for a touch. They want it. They're holding their hands out. Nobody calls a touch. They're still asking for it. That was like begging.
I would have probably done the same thing, no.
Did you see a touch?
No, I did not.
Another big block for the Arrows. And now you're seeing the energy in the pink over here in the Watertown Arrows. Need to seize this momentum. And we have seen the spark plug when Hensley Hogue has been serving. It seems like the Watertown Arrows really play well and have that higher energy up. And here we have the old college timeout. I always call it, the college timeout because you see it in the college game a lot where, oh, they're hot, they bring out a towel, and it always comes in when they want to just slow it down a little bit. So we'll see if this rattles Hogue at all. Hogue does put it in there. Tally gets that up, goes to the outside of Miller, and down. And that is going to roll and hit the antenna and go out. 15-15, sending Cassidy Korzen back to serve. Russell to the middle. Bach is rejected by Simpson. Or Weedy. I thought it was Simpson, but the public address announcer said it was Weedy. Either or, good block by that block party of the Kernells. Russell to Klatt. Klatt swings, and that is long. Mitchell up 17-15. Coach Bellum calls timeout. It is Dig Pink night here in the Watertown Civic Arena. Did you know the origin of Dig Pink has only been around since 2005, and it started in a high school out of West Springfield. And it has sprung into a nationwide program. It started due to a high school volleyball coach, Rick Dunetz, and his mom, Gloria, was diagnosed with breast cancer. And so he started a Dig Pink night, and it has grown into a national movement. And each year, they recognize and bring awareness to breast cancer in the volleyball community. And I know that there's not necessarily breast cancer, but a freshman volleyball player down in Madison that is being recognized as with her fight against cancer. And so our thoughts are also in from the volleyball community of down in Madison or to them for that player as well. As we get back to the action, and Klatt's going to swing. She is blocked. Russell goes and gets it. Going to give it back to Klatt. Klatt looking at the court. Talley gets the dig, and Bach blocks Talley. Now going to go to the right side. Swing and out. Kinsey Russell playing that deep 6 spot and recognized, hey, this is above my waist. I am going to get out of the way and let that go. So good decision by Kinsey Russell to let that go out the back line. Let that one sail. Point to Watertown. Watertown ties this up 17-17. Jordan Remmers, the junior. Going to give it to Talley. Talley swings. It is dug up, and good cover on that block by Remmers. And there you have Kerrigan Klatt, and she's just trying to place it right now, and she's in her own head. I think she just needs to get confidence in her own skills, go out and play loose. She's had a couple of sail, but I think she's trying to, you know, place it and aim.
Just needs to swing.
Yeah, trust that process. We talked about one of those keys being for the arrows is trusting the process and the training that's gotten you here. And right now, you know, just trying to get it inside one of those lines. Point to Mitchell. Mitchell takes a 2-point swing. They do lead this match 2-0. Klatt swings, dug out, hits the net. Talley now. That's a good advanced move by Talley. But Kinsey Russell playing that 5-1, able to go up, and she goes and one times it over. 18-19. None of these sets have been, they've all been close. None of them have been breakaways. So these two teams really close here tonight. Talley swings, goes down the line. Hensley Hogue unable to dig that up. Point to the Mitchell Kernells. London Hayek back to serve now for the Kernells, up 20-18. Arrows need to make this move. Kernells first team into that red zone. See a swing by Munger. Munger swings. She was back at that 10-foot line, and when you're back at that 10-foot line, the ball's going to be lower to the net, and so you've got to be ready for to cover there. And she swung, hit it hard, but knowing that the block has been strong on that side.
Oh, 100%.
We'll take a break. Mitchell up 3. Here we go for the conclusion of set number 3. Mitchell up 21-18 in set number 3, and they do have the big lead of 2-0. Mitchell looking to come into the Watertown Civic Arena and you know, sweep the Watertown Arrows in 3. I don't think anybody would have seen that coming at all. Watertown still alive here. Olsen dives after it. unable to keep that in play. Point to the Mitchell Kernells. And that serve is long. We'll see Anna Hertz and Ellie Thury back into this match. Hertz will play out of that outside position. Ellie Thury will go into the serve role and play middle back. Service error. 23-19. Hertz with a good angle and gets the kill. That'll bring back Torrance Tipton. Kinsey Russell now in the back row. Russell, the senior, serves that one in. Seamson goes to the outside of Miller. Good up by Thury. Now to Hertz. Hertz looks at the corner and puts that inside the line. Hertz generally very effective at that attack and has been off here tonight, but that one was deadly. Timeout by Mitchell. Mitchell does not want to give the momentum to Watertown. Coach Thill trying to break the momentum right away and not allow them to get any onto Watertown's side. It's 23-21, Mitchell up 2-0. All right, the stage is set. It is set number 3. Arrows down 2. Kinsey Russell at the service line. Munger, Hertz, and Tipton in the front row for the Arrows. Talley, the 8th grader, with the pass. Now to Miller. Miller's blocked. Russell goes to Tipton.
Nice.
Tipton with the kill. Going to that right side. Showing confidence in the sophomore is Kinsey Russell, going to Torrance Tipton. Arrows down 1. Gonna go to back row to Talley. Talley swings. Good dig up by Russell. That's gonna take her out though. Tipton, she's dug by Talley. Now Talley goes to Miller. Miller swings. It is dug out by Olson over to the left side where Hertz is at. Hertz is blocked. Munger over, and now the lefty of Seamson. See Tipton. 2-hand push and see what the Arrows can do. Hertz puts a swing and gets that, goes off the blocker of the Kernells and down for a kill. We'll call that tool time for Anna Hertz. Russell remaining at the service line. And we see another timeout by Coach Thill. Coach Thill trying to get her team out of here with a 3-0 win. Does not want to give the momentum or any energy over to that Watertown side. We will see the Arrows. They have the energy, and they have been playing with some aggressiveness here in this latter part of this set, and they've been trusting. That's something we really haven't seen, that rhythm and trusting each other come through. So hopefully we'll see this in the last 2 points of this set. Watertown needs to win this 3rd set to continue the match. The Arrows looking for a big road win here out of the Watertown Civic Arena. Both of these teams fighting and jostling for position in the power points, which is the Sodak 16 seeding. Right now, Mitchell is in that 7th seed, or sixth seed, and Watertown is in the 7th seed. Russell back to serve. And she's gonna get an ace. Kinsey Russell. Russell now with 3 aces in this match. Seamson with the dump. Kinsey Russell's there. It's going to take her out. Hertz looking. It's blocked. Tipton now goes over. Miss hits it, but it is in. Middle attack and in for the middle hitter for the Kernells. And that was, I believe, Nope. Hetland. Kenzie Hetland out of that middle. She stands at 6'1". Haven't heard her name a lot tonight, but that was a good play. Great dig by Russell. Hertz looking to put that away. It is dug up there by Miller. Miller's blocked. And that is going to be 4 touches. No, over the center line. So we have a center line violation. Point to the Watertown Arrows. This has been a set that the Kernells have led most of this set until late. Off of Hertz, we'll see if Munger can track it down. She goes after it, unable to get there. That will
there we go.
Give advantage to Mitchell. That'll send Seamson to the back row. They are working on the score, and the score now is correct, I believe, at 25-25. Seamson into the back row, seeing Charlie Collins comes into this match. Collins will hit out of that right side off of the net. Russell's going to go to the outside where Box at. Dug up by Talley. Seamson going to go to the outside of Miller. Off the high hands. Olsen tracks it down, gives it to Russell. Russell tipped in, tries to tip. Hertz, middle back is Talley. Goes the outside where Miller's at. Miller tips that. Olsen gets the good dig. Hertz is now dug by Seamson, now to that right side where Charlie Collins is at. Two-hand push, dug up by the Arrows. Hertz swings, and she is blocked by Collins. Now advantage Mitchell. Both teams playing, giving it everything they've got. Olsen, good pass up to Russell. Swing, dug up by Mitchell. Miller swings. And point to Mitchell. Mitchell comes into the Watertown Civic Arena and defeats the Watertown Arrows 3-0. First set went to the Mitchell Kernells 25-22, second set 25-23, and the third set 27-25. We'll catch our breath. We'll be back for the Dakota Land Federal Credit Union and DFS Insurance post-game show. And welcome back to Aero TV. You're live for the Dakota Land Federal Credit Union post-game show. As we look at our statistics for this evening, the Mitchell Kernells come into the Watertown Civic Arena and they came to work. They put the hurt on the Watertown Arrows tonight, 25-22, 25-23, 27-25, leaving with a 3-set win. For the Mitchell Kernells, they are led in the kill category by Audrey Miller with 12 kills, 1 block, and 4 digs. Also in the kill area is the 8th grader of Nia Talley. She had 7 kills, 1 ace, and 11 digs. But our Dakota Land Federal Credit Union player of the game is going to be Addie Seamson. Addie Seamson, the left-hander, she just controlled the offense for the Mitchell Kernells here this evening. She had 24 assists, 6 kills, 4 blocks, 8 digs, and 1 ace. So the Dakota Land Federal Credit Union player of the game is Addie Seamson from the Mitchell Kernells. Addie will receive a Dakota Land Federal Credit Union player of the game t-shirt. Stay with us live here as we will be joined by Kerrigan Klatt, the outside hitter for the Watertown Arrows. As we look at the statistics for the Watertown Arrows, they are led by Siri Bach in the kill category with 13 kills and 5 blocks, 3 digs. Also in the kill category is Anna Hertz, Torrance Tipton with 7, Kerrigan Klatt with 5, Reese Munger with 5, and we are going to be joined by Kerrigan Klatt, the outside hitter for the Watertown Arrows. So is this your first time in the Dakota Land Federal Credit Union postgame show?
Yeah.
Well, welcome to Dakota Land Federal Credit Union postgame show. Kerrigan, not the way we wanted to finish tonight.
Definitely not.
So, you know, as we look at this game, a lot of times these, by the way, I like the pink jerseys.
Oh, thanks.
Okay. Did you notice I have a pink tie?
I did.
Yeah. This
I
is,
like it.
you noticed before the match.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw you over there, like,
Yep.
looking at it.
I like it.
Because it's pretty cool.
It is.
Yeah.
It is great.
They call it drip.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. All right. So, Kerrigan, you know, let's talk about Tuesday just a little bit. I know that's not a great memory either, you know, down there with Sioux Falls Lincoln. You guys were then the 4th-rated team playing Sioux Falls Lincoln, 5th-rated team, and you guys dropped that in 3 sets. And, you know, what do you think happened in that match?
Definitely energy and momentum. It just fell, and we couldn't finish.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially those first 2 sets at Lincoln.
And then, you know, after a match like that happens, you only get 1 practice, you know, and so, you know, do you gear up or do you prepare for Mitchell? And Mitchell's a good team, obviously. So in your 1 practice coming into tonight, what was your thought process, your team's thought process coming into this match?
Well, we went in thinking definitely not. It's just going to be easy, obviously. Their program is definitely getting better compared to last year, I would think. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the last 10 matchups that you've had against the, not counting tonight, Mitchell, is Watertown has won 8 and lost 2, and now the last 11, of course, they did take this one here tonight. But so where do you go? Where do you go from here? I saw energy. I see a lot of good things from your team and the Watertown Arrows. And where do you go from here?
We definitely have to regroup at practice and prepare for Jefferson, and we got to get them.
Yeah. So it's reset, you know, trust each other, right?
Yep.
And play your guys' game. Go back to knowing the training that got you here and trusting each other, I think, is an area as well. So let's talk about you personally. You started out the season at that middle hitter position, and then now has transitioned to the outside hitter position. How's it been for you in that transition?
I've definitely been a little off, obviously. Still trying to get in my groove. It's a lot different. I'm very early. Timing issue. Yeah, I'm still adjusting.
Yeah.
Trying to get it.
So you get set a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
You don't get to do the slide,
Yep.
which I like to see you on that slide.
Yeah.
But
fun.
yeah, so outside hitter, a lot of times you get maybe a few more sets because that's the only place the setter can go.
Yep.
That's there. And then what has been the biggest change from middle to outside for you?
Definitely timing. I'm so used to going fast, 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 and it's just so much slower.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's true from that side.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, so let's see if I have any questions for you here. All right, so I've just about asked everybody this one. Who's the funniest teammate in the locker room?
Ooh, it's tough between Ellie and Kinsey, but I think I'm gonna have to go with Kinsey.
Go with Kinsey?
Yeah.
What do you think other people have said when they're up here?
I don't know.
Maybe you? Maybe?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, a little bit. All right. If you could swap positions with any teammate for one match, who would it be and why?
I'd do Andy.
You do Andy,
Yeah.
you play the back row,
Yeah.
you be the libero.
Yep, just for fun. Rip it up back there.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
I could see you playing that for one game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For one.
No more than one?
No, probably not.
All right. And so any pregame superstitions for you?
I'm not really superstitious, but definitely like a fun drink, like game day. Whether that's like a bubbler or 605.
Is that like dirty sodas or is that?
Oh my gosh, those are so good.
Yeah, I just had one like a week ago for the first time.
Aren't they amazing?
Yeah, they're pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never knew what they were.
Did you have the Dr.
I thought
Pepper
it was
one?
like dirt.
Dirt?
Well, yeah, dirty. Weird.
Okay.
Or-
Well, yeah.
All right. Well, Kerrigan Klatt joining us here, the outside hitter for the Watertown Arrows. Kerrigan, thanks for joining us here this evening, and thanks for being a good sport coming up after a tough loss like this, and
Yeah.
that shows the character of you, and knowing that, hey, you're going to get right back on in training and get back after it and go after Sioux Falls Jefferson next week.
Yeah.
All right, good luck.
Thank
Thanks for
you.
joining us.
Thank you.
That is Kerrigan Klatt, the junior outside hitter, joining us on Aero TV, the Dakota Land Federal Credit Union post-game show for the first time. So we appreciate her coming up, and she does competitive cheer. She's a state high jumper, obviously a really, really good volleyball player, and it's always tough to have interviews with players after a loss, and especially a loss in this fashion, a 3-0 defeat to the Mitchell Kernells. And so right now the Watertown Arrows will look to right the ship and get back to work at practice, and then go right after it at the next match against Sioux Falls Jefferson. I am Cam Corey. I was joined tonight on the Aero TV for this match with Samantha Towring. And I want to remind you, for all of us here at Aero TV, we appreciate you tuning in and listening and or watching wherever you may be. And I'd like to remind you that an arrow can only be shot by pulling it backwards. So when life is dragging you back with difficulties, it means it's going to launch you into something great. So just focus and keep aiming. For all of us, good evening.